Do you think the hype on Drew Sanders is too much considering how high he was picked? Is it because he was projected a first rounder? That is a big part of it, all right, was his perceived draft stock, but he fell. He ended up tumbling all the way to pick 67, so barely out of the second round, okay? But this is a guy who multiple leading draft nicks like NFL.com guy, what's his name, Chad Reuter, um, Matt Miller, others. He was for most of the credible national draft talking heads. All right. And then you guys should know at this point how most of the MHH draft guys feel about him. But taking it to the national level, they all viewed him by and large as the best linebacker in the class, many of whom had him projected as a top 32 pick, meaning first round. But he slipped out of it, ended up landing in Denver at pick 67. And one thing to remember why he's getting hype, Zach, is it's not just the fact that he was a perceived first rounder that fell, but this is a dude that, as an off ball linebacker, notched nearly double digit sacks last year, 9.5 sacks. So he's got a little juice to him. Like you're getting, in one player, you're getting multiple weapons, so to speak. And at this stage, I think he's a ball of clay that Vance Joseph will be commissioned to figuring out how to shape and get the most out of. But I mean, if we're boiling it down, the answer is the reason he's getting that hype is because, yes, he was perceived as a first round guy that fell. But is it too much? That was one of the questions, Zach. Is the hype too much for Drew Sanders?
Well, you're right. Both of you are right in the fact that he could have been a first rounder, even a second rounder. That was his draft projection somewhere in the first or second rounds. So getting him at 67 was a steal. And I believe it was NFL.com's Lance Zierlein that compared him to Tremaine Edmonds, who I'm pretty sure was a first round pick. So there's that. But I don't think there's that much hype yet. And maybe that's my perception of it. But even when he made the pick, Sean Payton said it was a good play by Drew. Nobody's crowning him. Nobody's calling him Patrick Willis or Brian Urlacher or a generational inside linebacker. He's a rookie who the Broncos got at a really good draft spot that fills a tremendous area of need that has long killed the team. If he can just know his role for this season, which is backup inside linebacker and core special teamer, there's not going to be too much hype for him to deal with. I think he'll be able to do his job just fine.